An Iranian military complex and air base was the site of explosions. Perhaps Israel? On the 196th day of Israel's battle against all of Iran's proxies, a special edition of Boots on the Ground chronicles what is happening in Israel, 6 days after Iran's unprecedented strike on Israel last Sunday. Iran, Syria, and Iraq all reported loud explosions this evening. Although the American official did not confirm any attacks in Iraq or Syria, he did tell ABC that Israel had struck targets in Iran.
Considering the scale of the reported attack on the Iranian military complex, what strategic goal do you think Israel might have had in mind with this operation?
Contrary to what happened in the strike on Damascus, Israel will reportedly notify the U.S. in advance of this maneuver, according to Reuters. Nevertheless, according to the sources, Washington was not involved in the strike, and Israel has not yet responded to the accusations. Air defense systems of the Israel Defense Forces are now on high alert. According to Iranian media, there was no damage found, and the reports of explosions in the vicinity were really caused by interceptions made by the Iranian air defense systems, even though multiple reports of explosions were reported in the region. The FARC reported hearing an explosion close to the Air Force installation in the city's northwest. According to several accounts, explosions were heard close to the Iranian airport. There have been reports of disruptions to civilian air traffic in the country as well. Another source informed the Saudi El Had channel that an alert was sent out concerning the presence of flights in Iran's western region. The Fan province of Iran is home to multiple nuclear facilities, the most important of which is Natanz, where the government enriches uranium. At an intriguing time, the 85th birthday of Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei, come claims of a retaliation attack in Iran, while Israel stayed silent. Pentagon sources indicate that U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin had a conversation with Defense Minister Yoav Gallant earlier tonight.
How do you think Iran's internal communication channels might be portraying these incidents to their citizens, and will it differ from the international narrative?
Among other regional concerns, the two allegedly spoke about Iran's behavior in the Middle East. Maintaining an air of normalcy and calm is a priority for the Iranian leadership. Hours after reports surfaced about the activation of air defense systems near a military base, Iranian television broadcast a normal report this morning from the city of Isfahan. Authorities' official media portals published footage showing the routine movement of vehicles and armed soldiers in the area surrounding the Air Force installation. On the other hand, in response to the summons for an emergency meeting of Iran's Supreme Council for National Security, the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps simultaneously declared a nationwide state of maximum alert. The Iranian Space Agency spokesman, Hussein Dalarian, addressed the incident on Iranian television, stating that Iran's air defense had successfully shot down multiple tiny UAVs, and that no missile attack had taken place. 3 Iranian sources informed the New York Times that an air base close to the Iranian city of Isfahan in the center of the country was the target of the attack. This is hardly the major assault, in my opinion. From Israel, this is merely a deliberate and exact warning to Iran. For a long time, the Iranian dictatorship has been the greatest danger to international peace and security, and to Israel in particular. Stopping Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons is Israel's top strategic priority.
Given the heightened state of alert in the region, what are the potential implications for regional stability if these exchanges continue to escalate?
A new sense of urgency has descended upon this since the battle in Gaza broke out. Spread the truth by sharing our work. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the follow button. It won't take long at all. Let us work together to put the truth where it belongs. Beyond that, for some reason, the Trump administration appears to be restricting Israel's ability to respond to the attacks on the United States. The Israeli military will need to be very strategic, imaginative, and exacting to pull that off. The moment has likely arrived to shift the focus away from Iran's missile development, weapon distribution, and proxy force paradigm in this region. No rocket scientist is required to draw the connection between Iran's ballistic missile development and their quest of nuclear weapons. This threat must not be allowed to persist unchecked by Israel. The Iranian base that was targeted is something that I will begin discussing in a moment. A huge tunnel network that is located south of Iran's Natanz nuclear plant has been the subject of investigation by American and Israeli security organizations since the year 2020. The construction of this nuclear power plant in the highlands must have been an extremely expensive endeavor, and the underground digging must have added a large amount of additional expenses to the total. The Iranian people, who have been suffering for such a long time and can hardly purchase bread, should be made aware of this for the simple reason that it is only fair.
Taking into account the reported disruptions to civilian air traffic, what are the broader consequences for Iranian civilian life amid these military tensions?
It was the objective of the dictatorship to develop a military nuclear plant in this location so that it would be protected from aerial bombardment for defense purposes. Should it become out that the Israelis did, in fact, strike this facility, the government will be rendered extremely humiliated. A Syrian security officer was quoted in the Iranian El Alam news portal as saying that an Israeli attack took place in southern Syria, between the suburbs of the Dara and El Suwaida districts. According to the report, the attack was supposed to target a radar site. However, El Josiah indicated that a number of facilities in southern Syria were hit by the attack. The government of Syria has not yet published a remark on the matter. Moving on to more serious military matters, you may have heard that Israel was not hurt in the attack that Iran carried out on Sunday utilizing missiles and unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. This is due to the fact that our allies and military defense system neutralized all of the weapons that were fired at us. Indeed, this is hardly the only aspect of the story. An additional economic blow was dealt to Israel on Thursday, as if the emotional toll of this catastrophe wasn't already a significant enough burden. As a result of a negative outlook that indicates the probability of further credit rating reductions, the S&P Global Rating Agency reduced Israel's credit rating from AA to A-.
With the downgrade of Israel's credit rating amidst ongoing conflicts, how do you foresee this affecting the Israeli economy and their ability to fund their defense initiatives?
In the research that followed the reduction, the reasons for the reduction were put forth, and they had to do with the escalating war with Iran as well as the rising expense of defense. It is possible for credit rating agencies to take prompt action in response to really urgent situations, despite the fact that they normally make amended reports available at predetermined intervals. According to the Accountant General, the decision to downgrade the rating was made in response to the missile attack that was carried out by Iran. In addition to this, he added that investors from both the United States and other countries move forward with the knowledge that Israeli bonds are liquid assets and that the Israeli economy is robust, varied, and inventive. The state of Israel will triumph over any and all challenges that it inevitably faces. It is imperative that we exercise fiscal responsibility if we wish for the economy to grow and for the ratio of debt to GDP to gradually decrease. Every single Israeli person need to be concerned by this credit rating drop, despite the fact that an official from the Israeli government delivered the message that was required of them. It is possible for you to continue to aid us in disseminating the truth by subscribing to our YouTube channel and sharing it with anyone who is interested in learning the truth. At this very moment, it is of the utmost significance to pray for the peace around Jerusalem. You can subscribe to our channel, like our videos and click on the super thanks button below so that you don't miss videos prepared by our team, including the latest developments and special reports.
Thank you for watching the full video. We are Rio G Media. Our only job is to keep our finger on the pulse of the war. Please write in the comments if you have thoughts on the questions we ask. If you want to support us, just subscribe and like the video.